So the Cincinnati Bengals beat the Tennessee Titans 19-16, and the feel-good underdog story for the Cincinnati Bengals continues to be written. Derrick Henry came back, and I'm sure a lot of Titans fans were happy to hear that and to see him back on the field. And also Ryan Tannehill, because I'm still not sold on this dude. I think he's more effective when Derrick Henry is going. One of the stories coming out of this game, or going into this game, for me, well, there was one story going into the game, and there were multiple stories coming out of the game for me for the Tennessee Titans. Going into the game, how was Derrick Henry going to look? Tennessee ran the ball 27 times and had a total of 140 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry in particular, he had 20 rushing attempts, 62 yards, and 1 touchdown. I thought he still looked good. When Tennessee's offensive line was able to create a lane, Derrick Henry was able to rattle off like 5 or 6 yards a pop, it seemed like. But this was a very good defensive performance on both sides. So right off the bat, first play of the game, Tennessee tries to utilize Derrick Henry, but utilize the play action. Make it as if they are going to try to give it to Henry. So Ryan Tannehill does the play action. He tries to get it to Julio Jones, but it's picked off by Jesse Bates. He doesn't really bite on the fake. He keeps his eyes on Ryan Tannehill and jumps the route. So a good interception by Jesse Bates, and right off the bat, you saw Cincinnati have an impact defensively. Cincinnati's game plan, watching them, you could easily tell that they were going to not have Derrick Henry go off and have a productive game, because constantly they were rushing 5 and having 2 or 3 linebackers in the box. So they were really committed on not having Derrick Henry run the football and have success on the ground, because that's really when this Titans offense is really dangerous, when Derrick Henry is going. Because Ryan Tannehill, I am just not too sold on him. I've never really been too high on this guy. It was nice to see him come to Tennessee, resurrect his career, but I just don't think he is a franchise quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, 15 for 24, 220 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 3 picks, and he was sacked 1 time. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for his interceptions, especially the first 2, because I think you got to give credit to Cincinnati's defenders for making plays on the ball. Tannehill is really effective when Derrick Henry is running the ball. And in a game like this, where Cincinnati was clearly trying to stop the run and keep Derrick Henry from having a good game, because when he is going, it opens up play action, bootlegs, guys like Julio and AJ Brown can get open, okay, and then they're a problem. To be a good quarterback, you have to be able to make plays with your arm as well. I just didn't think it was a great performance. It was another Ryan Tannehill-esque type of performance, and I think it's time that Tennessee starts looking for another franchise quarterback. I just don't think he is the guy. He could be a good backup, not a starter. Now, it wasn't all on him, okay? I'm not one of those people that comes away from a game like this and say, oh, it was all his fault. Usually him being the quarterback. I don't understand that type of talk. I think it's stupid. It's dumb. But whatever. Mike Vrabel, you idiot. I don't know what it is with coaching nowadays, where coaches feel like they have to go for it when they don't need to. After Derrick Henry scores a 3-yard touchdown run, Tennessee elects to kick the field goal. But Cincinnati has too many men on the field, 12 men. Tennessee elects to accept the penalty and have the ball at their 1-yard line. So they decide to go for 2. But Derrick Henry is tackled by linebacker Clay Johnston at the goal line. He came off the edge and tackled Henry by his feet. Great tackle. There was another play, another 4th down conversion, where Tennessee is at Cincinnati's 35-yard line. It's 4th and 1. Derrick Henry once again tries to convert it, but he stutter steps because Cincinnati was able to get into the backfield to slow him down, and then by him slowing down, they gave Logan Wilson and Marcus Bailey a chance to tackle him. So rather than kick the field goal, which I believe they were in field goal range, or at least punt it, try to pin them back because their defense was playing so well, and I'm going to get into the defense in a little bit, you decide to go for it and you fail, rather than put Cincinnati in an even more tougher situation. Mike Vrabel, you helped cost Tennessee the game. Also, there were some other missed opportunities. Ryan Tannehill overthrew AJ Brown running down the field for a big play that would have given Tennessee a touchdown. Dante Foreman, 4 rushing attempts, 66 yards. He had a huge 45-yard run, which put Tennessee in the red zone. Derrick Henry, 20 attempts, 62 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. I thought he still had a pretty good day. He looked solid. Cincinnati was so committed to stopping the run, crowding the line of scrimmage, rushing 5, having 2 or 3 linebackers in the box. AJ Brown, 9 targets, 5 receptions, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. Julio Jones, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 62 yards total. Dontrell Hilliard, 3 receptions, 13 yards. Chester Rogers, 2 targets, 1 reception, 3 yards. That was about it. But Kerry Blasting game only had 1 target, but he dropped the pass earlier in the game, 2nd and 11, and I think if he catches it, he gets the first down. And who knows? Tennessee might have come away with at least 3 points, but with Mike Vrabel's stupid coaching, they might not have. And going back to Ryan Tannehill, I know it seems like I'm picking on Ryan Tannehill, but his 3rd interception, and this came before Cincinnati kicked the game-winning field goal, 3rd and 5, and Anthony Firkser is running across the field. But instead, Ryan Tannehill tries to get it to, I believe it was Dontrell Hilliard, but Eli Apple makes a play on the ball, knocks it in the air, and it gets picked off. Not a good day for Ryan Tannehill, but also have to give some credit to Cincinnati's DBs for making plays on the football. Yeah, just had some opportunities, and they squandered them. Now Tennessee's defense: Amani Hooker, 1 pick, 8 combined tackles, 5 solo tackles, 3 assist tackles. Jeffrey Simmons, 3 sacks, combined tackles, 7 solo tackles, 1 assist tackles, and 3 tackles for loss. He was an absolute beast. Harold Landry, 1.5 sacks, 6 combined tackles, 4 solo tackles, 2 assist tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Also, Simmons had 3 hits on the QB. Landry had 2 hits on the QB. Danico Autry, 1 pass deflection, 1.5 sack, 3 combined tackles, 1 solo tackle, 2 assist tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. David Long, 1 sack, 8 combined tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 assist tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 hit on the QB. Bud Dupree also had a sack, 2 combined tackles, 2 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 hit on the QB. Newguan Jones, I guess, had a half sack as well, 2 combined tackles, 2 assist tackles, 2 hits on the quarterback. Kyle Pecco, another half sack, 2 combined tackles, 2 assist tackles, and 1 QB hit. Zach Cunningham, 10 combined tackles, 8 solo tackles, 2 assist tackles, 1 tackle for loss. And, you know, the defense played well. They played phenomenal. The secondary was pretty good as well. Now for Cincinnati: Joe Burrow, 28 completions, 37 passing attempts, 348 yards, 1 interception. He was sacked 9 times. That offensive line stunk, but I thought Burrow still played well. I was really impressed with his ability to try and buy time in the pocket and keep plays alive. Joe Mixon, 14 attempts, 54 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. I thought he had a solid and okay day. Jamar Chase, 6 targets, 5 receptions, 109 yards. He had a few receptions, but he made the most out of them. T. Higgins, 9 targets, 7 receptions, 96 yards. CJ Uzma, 8 targets, 7 receptions, 71 yards. Tyler Boyd, only 3 targets, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Samaje Perine, 2 targets, 1 reception, 4 yards total. So the numbers for Cincinnati's offense may look good, but they were pretty stifled for most of the game. Now for the defense, on the other hand, Logan Wilson, 1 INT, 1 pass deflection. He was Ryan Tannehill's 2nd interception. So after Dante Foreman's 45-yard run, that puts Tennessee in the red zone, and it looks like they're about to take momentum, take control of the game. Ryan Tannehill tries to get it out the backfield to one of his receivers for a quick throw. Logan reads it. He bats it up in the air, picked it off. Jesse Bates, 1 INT, 1 pass deflection. I talked about him earlier. Mike Hilton, he also had a pick that came off the Eli Apple deflection. Von Bell, he had 1 sack. So both defenses played very well. I really enjoyed this game. So now Cincinnati moves on to the AFC Championship, and I'm sure that city is going nuts right now. Although, if I am a Cincinnati fan, I am really, really worried about my offensive line, because my potential matchup could be the Bills or the Chiefs. And the Chiefs' defense has been playing pretty well lately. So I would say right now, coming out of this game, if I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, that's the one thing that is worrying me. As for the Titans, Ryan Tannehill, it's been a nice story. Him coming to Tennessee, rejuvenating his career, helping this team get back to playoff contention after so many years of being irrelevant. But I just think it's time for Tennessee to start looking for another franchise quarterback again. Mike Vrabel, you're an idiot. I wouldn't be surprised if Titans fans are thinking about getting a new head coach, maybe a more offensive-minded head coach. Maybe if you don't get rid of Tannehill and you get like an offensive-minded genius on your staff, then maybe you could still make it work. Maybe, because having Julio, AJ Brown complete these little passes in the middle of the field and not hit on more explosive plays, that's a problem. That's my take on this game. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please comment. Tell me what you thought about the game. And that is it. I am out.